guys, I know it's been a while. I'm excited to join you today to talk about a pretty important topic, and this is something that a lot of you have asked quite a bit and pretty frequently about, considering in a lot of states, I shouldn't say a lot, actually a few states, and I'm in one of those states, California, that vaccines have become mandatory. And so that's kind of an issue, right? When you're wanting to maintain a really clean health plan, when you really want to support the integrity of your immune system, you want to support your children just growing healthy and strong. And so unfortunately, the idea behind vaccines is amazing. They came up with the idea just to help promote health, right? And to help maintain the spread of disease. The problem is the way vaccines are created is there's toxins and chemicals in them that is not ideal. Okay, and so what we want to be aware of is if we're going to vaccinate, how can we support the body to detox from the vaccinations? This is something that has to be addressed. There's a lot of heavy metals still present in vaccines, along with some really, really toxic ingredients. And so the first thing that I want to encourage you to do is when you go to get your vaccinations, ask your doctor for a vaccine insert. And they are required to give that to you, and it's about like 10 pages long and very small print of all of the warnings, but also the ingredients in the vaccine. And so the reason I tell you to do that is because you need to be informed and educated, right? And I always tell people when you're educated, you're empowered to make change. But if you're not educated about something or you don't know about the toxic ingredients that could be in the vaccines, you're not really going to be motivated to detox from them. Now, I want to make sure that I'm very clear here. You have some of you have the choice to vaccinate, and that has to be something that you really feel at peace about in your heart. You can't not vaccinate because I tell you not to, or because some mom down the road tells you not to vaccinate. You have to make that choice, and you need to be at peace about it. But the only way to make that choice is to make an informed decision and be educated. And so there's quite a few links that I'll post in the thread of this video. I'll just post in the comments some links of resources where you can learn just more about vaccines. But that said, many people, especially in California, are forced to vaccinate to put their children in school, and they don't really have another alternative. They can't homeschool. They can't put their children in a private school that doesn't allow vaccinations. So for those of you who are feeling quite pressured to vaccinate, I have a solution. And one of those solutions is to really work on detoxing their body after they get those vaccines. The good news is you can do that. Now, of course, it's not total protection, right? Because some of the ingredients in those vaccines can be pretty heavy on the body. But a few things that you can do, I would suggest I'm going to tell you what to do, but I want you to do these tips leading up to the vaccination and after the vaccination. Now, they've already been vaccinated this year and you didn't know about this. That's okay. Start doing it now. It doesn't matter if it was like 6 months ago, 6 years ago. Those heavy metals and those residual toxins are going to stay in their body. So you can still vaccinate even though it's been, a few years. Okay, so the very first thing I'm going to tell you to do, you have to make sure they're eating a really nutrient-dense diet. Remove the sugars and the processed foods from their diet. The reason being, you guys, is there's plenty of studies out there showing that when you eat one serving of processed carbohydrates, which basically are broken down into sugar, it can compromise and suppress your immune system for up to 12 hours. That's insane. So basically what that means is one slice of pizza and a scoop of ice cream after can suppress your immune system for an entire day. So anything that those kids are exposed to during that day is going to compromise their immune system. They could get sick. So when you understand that, just one serving of carbohydrates can really compromise your immune system for up to 12 hours. That kind of helps you remember the importance of eating clean, okay? So when your immune system's compromised, you're not able to properly detox. You're not able to properly communicate. You have brain fog. There's so many different things that can happen when your immune system's compromised. So that's first and foremost, to make sure they're eating really clean diet. That's the best step. I suggest for those of you who are looking into resources, you can look up Whole30, Paleo, Weston Price. Those are 3 similar food plans that you can look up just to get a bit more research on what those dietary suggestions look like, okay? So that's first and foremost. Second is using essential oils. You guys, this is so easy, and this is why essential oils are so popular, because they're really easy to use. Just put them on your body. So here's the protocol that I'm going to suggest, okay? So take notes. You're gonna take Zendocrine essential oil. This is a doTERRA essential oil blend. It's called Zendocrine. It's a proprietary blend of different oils that specifically support detoxifying, and specifically detoxifying the liver and kidneys. So what I would suggest that you do for your child, you could do this as an adult as well, take 1 drop of Zendocrine, a little bit of coconut oil, and rub it right over your liver, okay, or your child's liver. Do this every morning and every night, okay? This is post-vaccine or prior to vaccine. So you're gonna do 1 drop of each, or of Zendocrine essential oil, coconut oil, right over your liver. Again, your liver, just to show you guys, do a little demonstration. Your liver is on the right hand side of your body, okay? Here's your rib cage, here's your pelvic bone, it's right around here. Your liver is a pretty large organ, okay, and it wraps around to the back. So you're gonna put the drop on the liver along with the coconut oil. Do this morning and night. Next thing you're gonna do is on the bottoms of feet every single night. And for those of you who missed it, you can go back and watch a video I did, I think it was last week, about making the immune blend. But these 2 oils you're gonna put on the feet every night. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna protect lowering inflammation in the body and protect the integrity of the immune system. Both incredibly important when you're dealing with toxins in your body, okay? So you're gonna take frankincense essential oil and On Guard essential oil. You're gonna do 1 to 2 drops of each of these oils, rub it on the bottoms of feet. You don't need to use a carrier oil when you're applying these on the bottoms of the feet. It's always a good idea to use a carrier oil like coconut oil. It'll help the absorption get into the bloodstream, but you don't have to, okay? So On Guard and frankincense, 1 to 2 drops of each on the bottom of feet. This is gonna support the immune system. It's gonna also lower inflammation in the body, okay? Next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take these 2 oils, geranium essential oil and helichrysum essential oil, and you're going to apply these over the kidneys and the liver, okay? So let's make it easy. Let's just take Zendocrine, helichrysum, and geranium. You can do them all at the same time. Do 1 to 2 drops of each with some coconut oil, rub it right over your liver and your kidneys. For those of you who don't know, your kidneys are in the lower to mid back, and there are 2 glands, okay? So you wanna apply it right over that area. And you know what, you can look up on Google, human body, human organs, and you can see the positioning in the body, so you know exactly where to put it. So again, Zendocrine, helichrysum, and geranium. These 3 oils, you guys, are incredibly supportive of the detoxification system in your body. So putting 1 to 2 drops of these on your liver and kidneys with some coconut oil, and on your child's liver and kidneys with coconut oil, is gonna be incredibly supportive for detoxification. Next, this is going to be on the bottom of your feet. Now, I want you guys to stop for a second. You might be feeling overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, there's so many steps, what do I do? Just take the notes, and it's gonna become an easy routine. Because so far what we've talked about, you can do all of this at the same time, morning and night, okay? So this last, or it's actually not last, we have a few more. Cilantro is gonna go on the bottoms of feet. Cilantro is specific to pulling heavy metals out of the body. Aluminum, unfortunately, is a very common heavy metal that's in most of the vaccines. Aluminum can cause brain damage. It has a lot of repercussions. You do not want aluminum in your body. So in order to pull that aluminum out of your body, you want to apply cilantro essential oil to the bottoms of your feet. Again, 1 to 2 drops, bottoms of your feet, morning and night, or for your child's feet, okay? Again, when you're using the bottoms of feet with something like cilantro, you don't need to use a carrier oil. It's always a good idea. It helps the absorption. It helps it get into your body a bit quicker. But bottoms of feet twice a day, that's cilantro. Lemon essential oil. You're gonna put this in your kids' water. So hopefully you send your kids to school with a water bottle, and I pray that that water bottle isn't plastic. You want it to be stainless steel or glass. So the stainless steel or glass water bottle, you're gonna do 1 drop of lemon inside that water bottle. Let them sip on that all day long. When they come home with dinner, after dinner, give them another glass of water with a drop of lemon. Lemon is very purifying and cleansing. So again, just aiding in that, the cleansing of toxins out of the body. The other thing lemon can be helpful for is digestion. So drinking it after a meal is very, very helpful. If your child doesn't like the taste of lemon in the water, which most kids do, because a lot of times it's hard to get kids to drink a lot of water, right? Ideally, a child needs to drink half their body weight in ounces of water, filtered water a day. Sometimes they don't like water, they want juice, they want something that tastes good. So typically they'll like the flavor of lemon. You could even do wild orange essential oil. Wild orange is high in D-limonene, and that is really supportive of unhealthy cells, getting rid of unhealthy cells. In fact, with cancer, we use wild orange very regularly to just help support the healthy cell function in the body. So we're talking about lemon and water. I'm going to go over this one more time too before we get off. The last thing I'm going to suggest, actually the last two things I'm going to suggest that you do is a detox bath. A lot of you have heard me talk about this before. It's incredibly therapeutic, so simple and really enjoyable. So I would suggest to you for your children to do a detox bath a couple times a week leading up to the vaccine, and then a couple times a week probably for the next 3 months after the vaccines. So that detox bath is going to have 1 cup of baking soda, 2 cups of Epsom salt, unscented. You don't want synthetic fragrance in your Epsom salt. So 1 cup of baking soda, 2 cups of Epsom salt, and then you're going to do 3 to 4 drops of each juniper berry and rosemary essential oil. Again, oils that are super supportive of detoxifying the body. So 2 cups of Epsom salt, 1 cup of baking soda, 4 drops of juniper berry and rosemary. Put it in a bath of warm water and allow your child to play in there for at least 20 minutes, as long as they can, as long as the water stays warm. So that is going to be a really helpful way to pull toxins out of the body. Also relaxing, and I think sometimes we forget the importance of lowering stress in our body and just relaxing and how healing that can be to our systems. And then the last thing that I would suggest that you do are castor oil packs. I will post the instructions in the comment thread. But a castor oil pack, just to briefly describe, the castor oil bean is really well known for hundreds of years. It's been known to pull toxins out of tissue. So castor oil is available at most health food stores. You just want to make sure that it's hexane-free castor oil. You get a good sized dollop of castor oil on your hand. It's really sticky and goopy. Apply it right over your liver, and then place a piece of flannel or a washcloth on top of that, and then a heating pad or hot water bottle on top of that. Okay, so we've layered. We've done castor oil, a piece of flannel or a washcloth just to kind of soak up that oil and not let it get on the hot water bottle or heating pad, and then a hot water bottle or heating pad on top of that. And then you're gonna let them lay there. I suggest let them watch a cartoon or read to them while they're laying on their right side or laying wherever it's comfortable, but the castor oil pack needs to be on their liver, so on their right side, and have them lay there for about 20 to 35 minutes if they can. This I would do a few times a week leading up to the vaccines, a few times a week after the vaccines for about 3 months. It would be really helpful. So in conclusion, just a reminder, I'm gonna run through it really quickly, so make sure you take notes. So bottoms of feet, I'm gonna actually combine and make it even easier on you guys. Frankincense essential oil, On Guard essential oil, and cilantro. These 3 oils, 1 to 2 drops of each, rubbed into the bottom of feet twice a day. On the liver and kidneys twice a day with coconut oil, zindocrine, helichrysum, and geranium. So zindocrine, helichrysum, and geranium in coconut oil, 1 to 2 drops of each on the liver and the kidneys twice a day. Lemon essential oil in a glass or stainless steel water bottle for them to sip on throughout the day. And then again, when they come home at night, giving them a glass of water after dinner with a little bit of lemon essential oil, very cleansing. The detox bath, 2 cups of Epsom salt, 1 cup of baking soda, 4 drops of each juniper berry, rosemary. Soak in there for about 20 minutes. And you're gonna do this a few times a week leading up to the vaccines, a few times a week after the vaccines. And then lastly, castor oil packs over the liver, and do that the same amount of time, a couple weeks before vaccines, a couple weeks after. And lastly, you guys, I am such a believer in the power of our minds and our emotions. If you are gonna walk your child in to get a vaccination and you do not feel at peace about it and you're scared, don't do it. Your emotions and the power that you have in your mind over circumstances and what can happen, it's a real thing. And our kids are so sensitive to picking up on that. When Kicker was walking through cancer treatment, the only time he was stressed or he wasn't well was when I was stressed and I wasn't well. So I encourage you to just be so at peace about your decision. If you walk into that room to get vaccinated and you feel confident and you feel at peace about it, good on you. That's gonna serve your child well and serve you well. But if you walk into that room and you don't feel at peace about it, don't do it. That's not a healthy emotion to go into something like that. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Go ahead and post your comments. I'm not seeing any pop up right now, but sometimes because of my internet service, I won't see it. So post your comments. I'll hop on here throughout the day, answer your questions, and just help give you a bit more guidance. Hope you guys have an awesome day.